Hey everyone, it's me again. Looks like someone needs to do something for tax season. That's probably me. I'm gonna be honest, there was like nothing to cover other than the quantum stuff for a while. And again, I could have covered a lot of the stuff that happened at the past, but I had to go to go to places, and I was out for a while, and I was working on other things. So yeah, sorry for the wait, but today we're going to be looking at the Amazing Lucus and his new video on the Xbox Showcase. Now, quick opinion on both the Xbox and PlayStation Showcase, because the things were happening at the same time and I couldn't get to it. So, my quick opinion is both were okay. Nothing too massive, really. I'd say of the two, PlayStation seemed to have a little bit more in terms of interesting games and interesting things that are just happening, though it does seem to be like re-releases and stuff, so take that for what you will. What I do think is hilarious is the fact that the Amazing Lucus also got super fucking salty, and most of the PlayStation fanboys got super salty about the fact that Spider-Man was coming to the PC. Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. Officially coming to the PC, both that and Miles Morales, the DLC type thing. I think they might be coming together. Well, no. One's going to be releasing this year, I think in August, so like a couple months away, while the other one's going to be releasing sometime next year. I would say at the very least there'll be an announcement by the end of December, if not the beginning of January, unless they've already announced it and it flew over my head. And I would think that they would want to try to sneak it into Q1 for Miles Morales. If they really wanted to like crunch it down, probably sometime in December. Like that's if they really wanted to like port this thing over quickly for the holiday season. I don't see that happening. But again, I don't know, and I again haven't kept up with a lot of the news. As for the Xbox Showcase, the only thing that I'm really interested in is Starfield, and even then it's like only a mild interest of like, oh, that's still a thing? Cool. Not much else to really talk about, or really anything that I saw, because again, I didn't watch it. But the Starfield one is the topic of today's video, so let's get into it, shall we?
Look at the little Xbox players. You gonna cry? Oh my goodness.
Always starting with the same old thing. Honestly, like that intro it's getting old, bro. It's I don't like it. I really don't. It's like having to listen to stupid dubstep over and over again. It's whatever. But I don't think people are gonna cry, really. I mean, like you cried over losing the exclusivity of Spider-Man.
Oh, the delicious Xbox tears. Oh, they're so delicious. They're so delicious.
Oh, the tears of unfathomable sadness. Yummy, you guys. That's all, folks.
That's disgusting. But at the same time, I appreciate that he understands the joke. I mean, yeah, I guess Xbox tears are kind of not the best, but I mean, Sony tears are far more potent than Xbox tears. Gonna be honest with you, Chief.
Yo, I'm gonna come out with a workout program that your whole nutrition is based off of Xbox tears. Bruh, we gonna have all PlayStation owners being jacked, okay? Goodness gracious, how many times must I tell you all, okay? How many times do I have to tell you dumb, short, neckbeard, just demented Xbox players, okay? How many times do I have to tell you? You have an entertainment console. That's what you have, okay?
I mean, I'm nearly 6 foot. So yeah, also there's an air, if you hear anything in the background, I hopefully I will cut it out in editing as best as I can. But that is my air conditioner, so if you hear that, I should be able to knock it out, hopefully. So, yeah, just a little bit of that. But if you hear anything in the background, that's my air conditioner. It's fucking hot right now. But yeah, again, if you think that Xbox tiers are like super potent to get you jacked, I think you'll find that Sony tiers are far more addictive in that context.
You do not have a gaming console, all right? Because in order to have a gaming console, you have to have games.
Third-party games exist. Like, I don't get what you're talking about here. I mean, they have Xbox Game Pass and all that other stuff on the Xbox. I mean, they have games, and they have a lot of games coming out. And I also find it interesting how in another video previously, he said that the Bethesda Microsoft, like the acquisition of Bethesda and Activision stuff, was a nothing burger, because nothing was going to come out of it, or nothing came out of it at the time that we heard about it. Now that things seem to be coming out about it, I mean, don't you think that, you know, it's not a nothing burger anymore, and it's actually something that you're trying to cope with because because Sony has been porting over more and more of their games, and even some of their big first-party exclusives, that even though Xbox was also pretty mediocre, they did show off some actual, like, good, like, okay games that are coming out to their console. I mean, like,
Listen, what Phil Spencer wants for you guys is to watch Netflix, okay? That's what he wants you guys to watch. He wants you to watch Netflix and Hulu and to have access to movies and stuff like that while you're painting your nails with your Master Chief nail polish. That's what he wants for y'all, okay? That's what he wants for y'all.
That feels like projection. I always like it when people always make something super hyper specific about, like, that they're trying to make fun of the other people. And I don't know about you, but I honestly do now want to buy some Master Chief nail polish. I'm gonna be honest. I've been because there's like the times when people like, oh, they would paint their nails black and stuff. It's like I would do that. It's kind of in like an ironic sense of just like having my nails painted black. I don't know if I will do it eventually. I might, but I don't see what the problem is. I mean, if you're trying to imply that they're gay, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool, dude. I mean, I wouldn't fuck you, but, you know. I also wanted to make it an interesting, weird note to talk about here. I don't know what the fuck is up with his arm, but I think that he's recording this somewhat in, like, the midday, and he pulled down his shades or his blinds or something, but forgot to adjust it so that way no light came in. So there's just these random stripes along his left arm that's a little bit annoying to look at. Or at least I that's one of the first things I noticed for it. And now you'll notice it too, because I needed to be a dick for a little bit. So yeah, continuing.
Now, I will show you what a gaming controller looks like. This, my friends, this is what a gaming controller looks like. Because this allows you to have access to games, bruh. Not salt, okay? To games. Not crying, to games, okay? Not remorse, to games, bruh. To games. Y'all don't know anything about that, huh?
Well, it also gives you access to salt, especially when they're porting the games from that system to the PC. And then everyone that's on that system that's like a PlayStation fanboy cries over it because they don't want to share their toys. Again, also, I think I said this in the last video that I talked about with him because he's made this joke again, but it is not electric snot green or radioactive snot green. It's not. It doesn't have like the amazing amount of pride flags that basically look like a rainbow bukkake happened on it, which I love, by the way. I really should get that, hopefully, because it was a really good design, and whoever designed all of those flags and things was awesome. I mean, again, you're saying that this gives you access to games. My controller also gives me access to games that I want to play too, and I play on PC, so, you know, having a PlayStation controller doesn't necessarily make you a better thing. And again, I think that I kind of prefer the Xbox controller because, at least in some ways, because one, it's more comfortable, at least from where I'm holding it and where it just feels nicer. Two, you can replace its batteries. And yeah, some people are like, oh, well, you're still like living in 2012. Like, yeah, but at least I can buy rechargeable batteries once and then replace the rechargeable batteries that will last me like probably years. Like I have like 3 or 4 sets of AA batteries that are like 2 per. No, 3 sets of 4 AA batteries, and I recently bought a charger to charge them, like an updated charger to charge all of them again, because I needed more. I lost the first one that I had, and I needed to buy a new one. But yeah, it's better than PlayStation's, where if the battery conks out, you really can't use the controller anymore unless you open it up or something like that.
Y'all don't know anything about that. Look at it's aerodynamic. Look at that, bruh. It's insane, okay?
But the Xbox controller looks the same. At least, maybe not visually it looks the same, but like profile-wise, still kind of looks the same. I mean, I'm holding one right here. It's like, it's aerodynamic. It's like, who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares?
Now, they are crying about Final Fantasy, and bruh, I would be crying too. I'm not even gonna lie. I'd be crying too. After seeing Starfield, I would be in tears, okay? But it's not too late. All you Xbox Bussy players, it's not too late.
Did he just say Xbox Bussy? What the fuck?
To change your life. It's not too late to have access to the greatest gaming console to date.
The Nintendo Switch?
The PS5, okay? The PS5.
Oh. Nah. I still say the Nintendo Switch beats out the PS5.
Just say PS5 5 times and don't look in the mirror and see your teeth don't get whiter, okay? Now, I wasn't supposed to let that secret out, but that's how that works, okay? I don't even brush my teeth. I just say PS5 when I look in the mirror. PS5, and my teeth just get whiter, okay? That's how it works. We live differently. Have you ever seen a PS5 player? You can tell that they're a PS5 player because we don't walk. We just float everywhere. We just float everywhere, bro. Because it's not even us walking, right? We're floating on top of our games, okay? You can't see them. You can't see them because Xbox players, they can't see games. We float on our games, bro. It looks.
I just wanted to let that play out for a little bit because I didn't want to add anything to this because it just basically speaks for itself. I'm gonna be honest, Chief. It just speaks for itself because this is him just completely and utterly projecting and coping over the fact that a lot of the Sony's stuff or the Sony's or some of Sony's like games and things that were recently announced, like some of the big games, are being ported over, and he's upset about that. I mean, again, he did have that huge meltdown of Spider-Man coming over to the PS, not the PS, to the PC, but sorry, I need a drink there. But I mean, honestly, I don't really know what to add. I mean, I'm out of clever for how stupid and just dumb his entire take is, really. I mean, I don't really care about exclusives, and he's saying, oh, you get access to actual games, but you get access to more games on the Xbox that are multi-platform, that are games that are like Xbox 360 era, that are still exclusive to the Xbox 360, and even some cross games with like PS2. And at that point, like, they're at least 3 or 4 generations behind. Yes, but they have all of the generations up to the current generation games, and their games are still going to be released on the actual same platform. They're still going to be released like day one on the platform. And yeah, they're going to be losing money to it and they're burning money, but they're willing to take the hit to invest the money to create the infrastructure for this because they know it's going to pay off in the long term. Ya dingus. But yeah, both companies are whatever. And this is just such an overly long, stupid joke. I don't even really want to address it. I probably will also speed up that part to just make this a little bit more quicker. But honestly, like, there's really nothing else to say other than this is just sad. This is just sad.
To the untrained eye, it looks like we're walking, but we're not. We're floating. We're floating on God of War Ragnarok.
Hasn't been released yet.
Spider-Man 2.
Hasn't been released yet.
You know, Horizon Forbidden West.
Hey, 1 out of 3, but still it's 33%. You fail, sir.
Just loading on just exclusives after exclusives, and now listen, this is a time when we have to address the degenerates, the PC peasants. That's what y'all are.
Oh boy, here we go again. Fasten your seatbelts, kids. We're about to go for a wild ride. Mr. Bones ain't happy.
Listen, if y'all waiting 4 years for a game, you're a peasant, okay? That's what y'all are. These mofos waiting 4 years for a game. Damn! Does that not show you the power of PlayStation?
No, not really. I mean, I'd say at the very least it shows the power of patience. Yeah, we're waiting 4 years for games to be re-released on other platforms because we'd prefer to have that same platform and have everything consolidated into one thing. If I'm being honest, I would wait a while because I don't often buy games anymore. They're the only game that I used to buy consistently was like my one game a year at the time, was things like Call of Duty that I would 100% buy every year, and I stopped because because I stopped buying it. Like I stopped my streak at World War II, but I bought the other two, and then I stopped buying it for this game because again it was Sledgehammer. But I'm going to probably pick up Modern Warfare 2. I don't think I'll pre-order it because I don't think that I would want to do that because the recent Battlefield 2042 just kind of lost my interest in this. But in all honesty, like, why at all would waiting for a game be a bad thing? Because I see it as a good thing in the sense that we have patience and we have like PC guys are like willing to wait, and we have other games to play. We're not just waiting on AAA people to like feed us the games. Like, no, we have indie developers who make games that are like far better. For example, Postal Brain Damaged. I don't know if I am playing the gameplay up right now. I probably will actually because it's a really fun game in my opinion. But Postal Brain Damaged itself is a super fucking awesome game. Yet it's made on the Unity game engine, and it's for like $30. And it is a super really good boomer shooter style game that's like harkens back to the ye olden times of dumb assery. And yeah, it's a Postal game. So yeah, I would say if you really want to like a stupid game to like put on in the background for not just like the purposes of like listening to a podcast or something, but it is pretty mindless. But I love the shooter genre. The shooter genre has a lot of things. Another game that we've got. Also, sorry. But another game that we've got is like The Cycle Frontier and Escape from Tarkov. Do you have either of those games? I mean, I could again sit here and list off all the exclusives that we have that you guys don't. But at the same time, why bother? It's not even like a really big fair comparison. And honestly, we're not as big into the AAA spaces as like the console people are. It's not peasants, we're just patient. And they both start the same, but they get real different. But still, like, waiting 4 years for a game, I don't care. I mean, again, I haven't been excited about many games recently after things like The Cycle and with Escape from Tarkov now wiping. Eventually I'm going to be hopping back into that when that happens. There was also this demo that I found that was like for Angerfoot, which is like another really stupid shooter. I think it's made by Devolver, I believe so. And it's so funny. But yeah, no, whatever. I mean, he's probably gonna, if he were to reply to this, he'd be like, oh, well, you're just trying to cope. It's like, I don't care. Whatever, man.
You have mofos waiting years to get your hands on Spider-Man. You have mofos waiting years to get your hand on God of War. You have mofos waiting years to get your hand on Horizon. That just shows you the quality that is at PlayStation.
Not really. I'd still say that shows how patient PC players are. and also how we're willing to wait for a game that we want to come out on our platform rather than, spending extra money to do it. Like, we like the games. Like, I'm not going to lie. A lot of PC games that, like, a lot of exclusive games that PC players want are, like, we do want those games. And I just find it stupid how there was another one where someone said, like, oh, this is the death of consoles. I can't remember the video. I need to look it up, and I want to respond to it. One of the things that he said is that the exclusive is that he wants PlayStation to go and appeal to more demographics, but not to go to PC, which I find issue with, not just like on a level of business, but also just a level of common sense. If you have a huge untapped market of people who want your product for the reasons of it not being exclusive, because if they have like a game or something that they want and they want it on their platform, but they aren't wanting it enough to go out and say buy the hardware or anything that they want, but you can still make the sale in that context. Like, why would you not go for the sale of just the games if you're A, losing money on the consoles anyway and have to make up for it in software, and B, that there is a demand for the game that you need very little in terms of marketing for. Like, again, this is Spider-Man that we're talking about here. Like some of the other ones that were listed off, the other two that were listed off, the God of War and Horizon, they weren't really given that much trailers or anything like that. They weren't given too much exposure. This one was announced at a major event with a lot of people watching. Do you not think that at least in the first day they wouldn't make at least 200,000 sales or something stupid like that? Of people that are like, oh yeah, I'll support this. And the reason why they're continuing to do this is because there is that demand for it, and that it's not costing them as much to port over an existing IP, and that if they're getting that workflow together of getting the game and then keeping it for a year, then yeah, sure, that can still work, but people will wait for that game to then get a second win to do it. I would still say day and date is coming, maybe in the next like 3 to 4 years-ish, for majority of PlayStation's systems or PlayStation's games. I wouldn't put it past them. But at the same time, it is like, we'll wait. Like, I will wait. I will sit here and I will wait for games. I don't care. I don't mind waiting for games. It's not an awful thing. It's not an awful thing to have patience, But you wouldn't know about that.
The quality, all right? That these mofos are waiting for the game. Just,
can we get some of that Spider-Man? Please release it on PC. Please release it on PC.
okay, peasant. Okay, well, give us some time, all right? Give us some time. Wait till the sequel comes out, and then we'll give you the first one. Bruh, PlayStation got them on like drug addicts, bruh. By the time they are finished playing Spider-Man on PC, what are they gonna want to play? Spider-Man 2. Guess where Spider-Man 2 is gonna only be on? PlayStation 5.
Well, I'm not going to say that he's wrong completely, because I'm 90% sure that there is at least a number of people out there that have PCs, that have bought the games on the PC, and then realize that they couldn't get the sequel for it, and that they might go out and buy the console for whatever reason. I'm not going to deny that, because if I were to say, no, that just sounds like a fucking stupid idea, it's like, no, that's actually really good marketing skills. Like, that's kind of what they would want to do, and that's one thing that a lot of, like, YouTubers and Twitch streamers do as well, is that they'll have their clips on their channel, and it's meant to funnel them into Twitch and other sorts of systems and things like that. It is, again, I'm not going to say that he's wrong. I am, however, going to say that that specific scenario is very highly unlikely, because most people on PC like being on PC because it's very open and it's nice to be on PC. That's it. It's nothing more than that. Majority of people want to be on PC to just stay on PC. It's really it.
They gonna be going up to Best Buy.
Y'all got any PS5s, bruh? Y'all got any PS5s? That PC Spider-Man, that was hitting, bruh. That was hitting. Y'all got any more of them PS5s?
And then they're not gonna find it because the PS5s will be out of stock by scalpers. And they're gonna get an Xbox. Oh well.
Bruh, it's sad, bruh. It's sad. It's sad to see them. It's sad to see people like that, man. Because, you know, they tweeting about it, crying about, they don't love us. Xbox don't love us. Why can't we get Minecraft exclusives?
All right. So we're going to first read this tweet about this. So this is about official Xbox U. Very dumb profile picture, by the way. Just looks like a recolored Danny Phantom. Weird. Alright, so the way that Square Enix and Sony screws over Xbox gamers with no media backlash is awesome. What the fuck are you talking about? Microsoft/Xbox continues to play nice while we miss out. What are you missing out on? Why is there no exclusive content for Minecraft on Xbox? I'm fairly certain that there is exclusive content for that, but they're playing nice because they want to expand further to get the infrastructure and shit out. COD, Overwatch, etc. COD is, well, the COD had a thing with PlayStation for a while, and the new COD's probably going to have Xbox exclusive stuff because just they are. Overwatch, the deal hasn't really been closed yet, and it only just happened. So why the fuck would you expect that to happen this soon? Won't have any either. Of course not. Because they're not stupid. I mean, again, if they were to do it, I would say COD would have more of an actual chance of having exclusive content rather than Overwatch, but again, it didn't help in terms of really expanding anything, I would say. Sorry. No interest in treating us better, huh? I mean, I'd say that you've been treated pretty well, in all honesty. You still have access to Game Pass. You still have day one releases for like $10 a month that you can access on the thing. You have cloud streaming. You have access to other stuff on PC. You have the ability to transfer your stuff and stream over your phone. I mean, I'd say that you have a pretty good amount of stuff in terms of like Xbox and other things. And this is just a dumbass tweet. And this is just one. When we have like PlayStation tweets or stuff like that, we tend to have a lot more than just one tweet. And this is just sad. I mean, again, the way Sony and Square Enix screws over Xbox gamers with no media backlash is awesome. Now reading that over again is, I mean, they get backlash from the public, from the court of public opinion, which honestly, like, that makes, yeah. But yeah, they're starting to play nice, and it has come out that certain things have happened. But yeah, this is just a dumbass tweet, and I've seen PlayStation people tweet way, way worse things.
What? Bruh, they went so far as to put out a change.org petition to boycott Bethesda.
And only 2 people signed it. Yeah, and only 2 people signed it as that. It's time to boycott Square Enix. Wait. Hold up. They're not boycotting... Wait, what the fuck? I didn't read this. I didn't read this before. This change.org petition is actually for Square Enix, not Xbox. What? Okay, I'm gonna chalk that up to him misspeaking, but this is just a stupid thing. That's just a stupid change.org petition.
Bruh, you know how you know an Xbox player when you see one? Ask him to write out the alphabet, bruh. Ask him to write the alphabet. They won't be able to do it. All they know is the letter L, bruh. That's all they know. Do you know that there's other letters in the alphabet? Only thing I know is the letter L, bruh. Oh, so sad. It's so sad, bruh. It's so sad, but I know. Y'all got your Sea of Thieves or whatever y'all got going on. Y'all got your gunk. I understand, but listen, it is not too late. It is not too late to understand your defeat. Understand that you're defeated. You have no games, okay? You have no exclusives that we want. Where all the games are right here. We have them all. We have them all, okay? There's no denying this.
I mean, I'd say that all the games are more on PC because a lot of PlayStation games are getting ported over to PC, and there's a lot more indie developers, and you can have things like improved VR and actually good VR competitors and things like that. You can even make your own games if you want to. So I'd say that still the PC is still better, just saying.
Phil Spencer doesn't care about you, all right? Your Xbox, that big freaking paperweight that you have, doesn't care about you.
I mean, you said the same thing about Sony when they wouldn't give you a refund on Returnal. Just saying.
This is the only true savior. This is the only true gaming controller.
No, I mean, the Xbox has its own controller, the Switch has its own controller, you can still use like an Xbox 360 controller, an Xbox One controller, if you can find them. I mean, the Steam controller is still pretty good, if you can find it. I really wish that Valve would release a second version, because the Steam controller one's like okay. I don't use it for a lot of things, I only really use it for like media control on my computer for whatever reason, but whatever.
All right, what y'all have are just, I don't know what y'all have, okay? Y'all got pathways to pussy, okay? We got pathways to glory. Recognize.
Pathways to pussy? What the Dude, listen, I'm not gonna fuck you, okay? I'm not going to do that.
Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe Lucas, Xbox cares about us. We coming out with Starfield, even though it looks like Xbox 360 graphics and there's really nothing new that No Man's Sky hasn't done before. It's still gonna be good, Lucas. It's still gonna be good. Or do I believe, oh, poor bussy Xbox. Poor bussy Xbox. Hopefully you will see the light. Hopefully your blinders will come off of your eyes and you will see.
There is only one path to gaming.
PC.
And that is PlayStation.
Oh, if you're talking about consoles, then Switch.
Okay, I'm sorry. Now, if you happen to disagree with this video, chances are you may be on the spectrum. So I'm not even gonna talk to y'all. Either or, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. Oh, that fun stuff. Oh, fun stuff. I don't know if Xbox players know what that is. I'm sorry, Google it. That's the best thing I can tell you. I'm sorry, just Google fun stuff. I know y'all don't have anything on that big ass refrigerator y'all got. Till next time, be amazing.
Oh, that's annoying as shit to respond to this guy all the time. It's so dumb. Alright. Anyway, I think we're just gonna call it there. I don't have any more clever right now. I need to take a ship ride with a Captain Morgan's and maybe smoke some weed. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff, because I never really begged for it, but after that, I really think that I should, just in case. But yeah, anyway, guys, love you. I love all of you. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for sticking around, and yeah. My name is GamePango21, and peace off.
Talk with your narcissistic neighbor. She's real hot, but they said to never date her.